Binya kakra bia na mu sisiye na mo beje akọ. Ada is
kasem now.
Okay.
Kasem na.
Obed. Akwaba. Bibia bokode. So le ano obecha no obeye yibi amame. Why?
Akika no mabu mu nko.
Bibia ekoso kama de. Okay. Ewie so yi wani so kama.
Anya ize na ma.
Be ma bre.
Okay. Ejuma na doso.
Se wo piska.
Yeah.
Woni miska po.
Nyame na eboafo.
Hey. Wa ofri krobe so.
Yetutu anamu kakra.
Ofri krobe so.
Me achimni.
We achimni. Nti achim krobe na ofri.
Me born and bred in Kumasi entirely.
Okay, achim krobe na ofri so.
Achim Mase.
Anti na nim sika pe. Akwa nim sika pe.
Jibo.
Deze unyuma na essay.
Jibo say ejira stand still o. Say bank kra me bana. My financial investment kakra. Okay.
And ma fa makojo. Kinsley was ro.
Na
aya afro so ho.
Sa.
Wo de okwa. Na what describe adwuma na kire no. No aka de ohia.
Na academy here.
No mo de papers egu ho. No mama pen account.
Me here o de enu.
Me ni paper ne pa me mo asan agreement.
Na solo leja we ne. The pastor say, "Hey, Abraham was go. What we just cut was simple."
Okay. So one counter. Enti obedi anya ne kakra. Yenko ne kakra. Ba dia ba kwa me hu ho ni onim sika pe.
Oh, the museum.
Obenya sika.
Museum amen.
Obenya sika.
Museum anamo.
Obenya sika ko onim sika pe.
Museum
sika pe. Ose hwan? Ose wo.
Me no na ti bia wana museum. Won solo ba no. Ehye no ho amotimi just kato. Just kato.
Odo so dey for the man. Ba for wa kwa ba. Danger man. Bibia bokode.
Oh, nyame adom.
Okay, nyome ekoso kama.
Kakra.
Okay. Kasajan.
Opani.
Bibia bokode.
Adumo.
So ye obakwa ye ncha na wa waso kasem.
Oh, na bo fizo say everyone wagaza.
Okay. So on abanti ogina hai.
Me manager no.
O manager no.
Okay. Manager no bazo he match.
Obeso di simewie.
Where they have scan there say
only open here
distribution.
No skills in Tirana.
Hey, adie bi na so no.
So.
About 50. Hey. Owura Yesu. Obed, yanko ne kakra kai. Obi bisa said the another and there. Say please may I know the players Krobia added to their squad during the second window. We is Solemenda on the message we buy.
Well, to answer his question, for now, Kotko added 2 players, but there is the potential I say back. No. Okay, technically, Kotko added 3 players. Yes, 3.
3 players.
Yes, 3 players. Technically.
Why?
Nicholas Mensah.
Okay.
Was registered. On say now or under suspension for 1 year. So suspension now was February. If suspension it will February, I think 13th or 21st. Inti Kotko register no. And the moment of suspension then he can start playing for Kotoko. So or an addition, even though a player or dada. But first round he was not part, so now we can consider him as an addition. Then the second player, Emmanuel Corte. Corte so right fullback, right wing back, signed from Iswa Tremaya. Yes, so by joining us and take right backs no more. Into also another addition on signed and sealed our officially club no announcement. Now the third player was Abdul Fattah Safiu. And it's Fattah Safiu DA. Issue said Abaho. Technically 3 players and first round no you find some man boko tokwa got consisi mu mobile but depend Fattah the no and asterisk down depending on issues are started about. So yeah, I mean
Nicholas
Mensah now has been registered.
Okay, because of no ban. Jafi na the ban
was served where we until we're back.
And Corte from Inswatema.
Yeah, right.
And Fattah. And Nasama.
Yes, and Nasama.
Okay. Captain Fattah the latest development biabana. And I know Paddy na baby one
they can now.
Because Fattah the nyome bia koto to the social media page. Or ya Daniel Sasia Bayon on Tijan.
Yeah. On say assistant na kotoko or no dey kotoko after come verbal conversations on my official team no man let it be.
Okay.
So per the come idea no can say when Emmanuel that's the administrative manager a bar Obedu Ghana an official letter will be written to him. So I don't know a state kotoko point. That's where kotoko stands. The player no be who their air course no. So as it stands now there he's training and or lojo kotoko if you are kotoko Eddie Amano meboa we are players that you know until such letter is given to him. So Emmanuel Dasebre on assignment, that is the CAF assignment and to be written this weekend pay the Omo candidate will be do then that's maybe, but in the circles of IMC they've concluded they've concluded but we say nyɛ team ana ema lete take team West akudu IMC Oma they be to on it and they've concluded on that per enema various tests on my make it 2 separate tests and on my nina emomu the same answer na the specialist almost send the test no command and also study on my the length at which I say if you so to decide say omo be operating and some be surgery I will be to me I return I be team no. So in a way, they feel say the boy was not honest to them. Yeah, he was not honest to them. Say sometimes you enter into a contract and let them know say this is my problem. Not team now take decision say if like the law and other players I can be okay. You name say such injuries, but then club will take it upon ourselves to work on it to make sure he we work on him for him to get fit. So started by more and can but. Since I will keep you nice, I quite say, unim say no, but OPEC, I say, O committee club no too. Hence that the best contract, say the contract becomes valid after the result of the medicals no. Okay. So I don't want to go to Kujina. Say pay the medicals no more year, and there's the result or more and for that me.
Okay.
And also, and you know, young let no. Some communicator man.
Member of Federation of International Football Association, Alasan Saiza Kito, Akwaba. And upon now raise concerns be. Say the moment Kotoko, I imagine some more register for Tao Masan contract in injury, or Masan or your player. I say Kotoko Hena, there's all moyeno, there's all moye. Obetumi acheche mdinti ya wakasa.
The ones football last time.
Oba so when you fata yini bi. They were to social media.
Yeah, also keeping the dream alive.
And
okay. And I think say no chidi and no was we no go green. Also no go green a tema will be on social media or Nigeria. Say entering 2024 we no go green for anybody. So on social media is like a new vibe.
And they didn't see a man ko cancer.
Oh, was this comic videos no? Send you be oko then means who sa and your man na trend now. So we no go green no so something like that. So one or the other you can read meanings to it based on what the guy is going through and news about. Also kotoko enka wansem officially among for any statement, any comment. And a player also in question Abdul Fattah Safiu so no on ka wansem da. But we are also picking our news from the ground. So we no go agree and now keeping the dream alive. No. Mijibo, one thing I was saying here, sir.
Question and I may be some member to us. Jagito.
Jibo.
Meet you.
One said, Mekabiwa says contracts. Adabakwa, the last part of contracts. It will be a signature of the player involved, and I say the coach. And then the last part of player acquisition. And to be say in recent year, you know, teams so even teams deal with other team say in Manchester United AC Milan player. Or more agree we are both say communicate about one AC Milan and Manchester United have agreed in principle on this amount pending players medical number that was and or agree say ni we are player no America ni we are no sign the contract na dey na take effect. Eti player signature the last part of player acquisition. And to the moment Jibo, there is a valid contract. Our player no assign on actually say the boy has passed through everything our club Nigeria to before he signed the contract. And the day the boy signed the contract, he's a Kotoko player starting from there. Now interviews what was up and say I'm a general Amobia won't say after me baby break mama be show go some mama. Are there FIFA intolerate? And they say was signing we or injury. Injury when so you didn't know or injury almost no. And into na FIFA say Yamamo Akwenya say munye medical to make sure say the player before he signed the contract he has passed through everything to be declared medically fit and sign the contract no. Eti ende unim say unim why they be me two club no for ese na say ese me ba ho no na uma advance na bi consortium nti me na uma ba na teams no especially Ghana teams no ba no ba
ese mo wo sa ko yi
so consortium ba ni afa solo secretary oba so ni a charge o mo ne ya chechiro mbrasa na mranete the reason why okay having consistent since me ba we pass team bia oni oba temeti play contract bia o do kwa obetua da bia meka e wa abreko mo de ahyemu se ye koyo medical so one pass a contract is valid. Jibo, odi ashe.
And also a part of agreement, you know.
Yes, but you see, the moment player be sign a contract, no. Jibo, as me again no, medical says me again no, pending. The is before player no be sign a contract, no. You can agree with the player on personal terms, but he will only sign the contract after one meeting all the medical requirement before he signed the contract. But you, when issues bar, the first thing you go look at the day that the player signed the contract. Then no umashe. I can in a lab last time we can in a lab no a date on lab resource be a date on one. Jibo, they will compare the lab date plus the date that the person signed the contract.
Say no na make say. Ebi a player na enfa nse waba. Club ni hia ne den. Other clubs to chase no. Ebi o ma convince player and say yenye contracting to. By your contracting based on ebi a portion be dey ashim say o sign contract ni wie. Na ekoba se yekoye medicals. Na medicals no ebi a wo failure. Eno so ma ye kwan see about terminate contract no.
Dibo, MC when you know FIFA does not tolerate distance. Nanka edi entina teams no any players as an performance contract on Amurefi. Say oba no anya dia e betimi apamu. Ba opam no ya no akogye sika. Ana meboa. FIFA fee say omo ma clubs if they allow clubs say omo nya sa anyama we na performance oba no anya dia oba na obedes man be di they'll be using this like using kwamone so and they are pimp play just because of just inyama be uncertainty. So FIFA find a way to curb all these things. Anything or say before best sign a player no do A B C D we na omiti wo required no am na sign a contract no. The very day the player's signature but that crowd I say Kim, you are in trouble. And no visiting na if you name boy no so I won't say someone guys somewhere around him so no yeah I'm a tough guys who me nim see by time na first time na obako to kono
then the chips are but I'm say you were free chips you were free club consult too
free club consult
because throughout negotiation with Kotoko nyina mante club consult be
oh, okay, it can be say we are but so all far from those times now. So those guys around him, tough guys are more dealing in kakra. It be him to see those who are around him. But for a player to insist, who say what here and commodity ni player no position engine or say me met me abo no. Omuka was a born met me abo. Omuka almost met me abo na jibu. Asem no baby asem ni free ban I say be asem ni so jibo asem no safi issue no we have to open up issue no for supporters to know where the problem is coming from and yet obi na take advantage of the fact that from day one on peboy no you know say le kwame be dawo metimi afo wan charge me ho a and I'm using fast.
Are you saying say go medical team ni twantro?
Enye medical team no.
Na dey.
So they didn't meet.
You go player yakoye medicals. Enye baby faako. Omaye ne be o baby be miensa. Ne nyina che the same results. Akoba se so mo pretty na be take be 1 year. Na se player na sign 2 years e mu one ko. One pen of bababo. Yeah. Club bet me assessment. So 1 year na be idea. Any player sign 2 years. E dey mo one or dey be boy. Ade na terminating the contract. Nti opeso o kire se sa report nyina kotoko management nyaaye no. O ma fa nya adwuma but obi na gina ba bia opeso ye na adwo so ma fatao emobo makotoko.
Enye sajibo. First.
Ade na be so ka.
First medical some koye no. Obi anim how the medical was done. Some doctors na be in baby no kwa medical no. Enti I am a fast medicals a passing effect. A register another day. We have to find out who led that first medical now no. Because as my you know. Because of the first medicals now. Because our first medicals I'm quiet and the issue no bar say boy no or injury ABCD and Casamanya mo. Because that time maybe I could have not registered that boy. But the first medical now okay you 2 months pass it. So let's go ahead and negotiate and register the boy no. And I go for some money now, but found let's find out why the register why my boy no the first medical no. Now why medical no? Another question. Why yeah again then you passing the fit. So I pass medical no. Yeah, you say question in here. Then we come back. Jibo. Asam ni when the IMC bet say your position has been why are you so clear about Safi and the coach say based on what you know send the coach in the any boy send the boy in the no players in the winning ball no so my make a you have to manage them but this coach from the one out say boy neighbor no say a bed is somebody me adwuma. Now when the IMC met it was clear say one person wasn't interested in the signing which normal yes normal maybe it was very clear. So one person wasn't happy. So yeah, this fatal we team no. But now question people's projects. People's project because now coach yes supporters project. And you do you know supporters let me kanya edun kudim and the boy was asked to be signed. Abra na nipa ba ko ne o se ko ne compare on pen team no. But supporters say ya edun kudim ane obe say enko sign boy no eti o tie nkomo na ajibo because one cause bless no moto no mebre obi ba ya obo one match pe opre o up to now mo woni bi mo
omo share time no betimi ahwe no na time na etia why not ujina the position of Kotoko baby omujina se on Shafiwa yeva say we IMC member o doctors at the report aba say player no wepra ye ka see o pretina e be take be 1 year ansa no abobo say wona ujina the position of the IMC na e dey na be
Jibo the first time I say nipa na oko party the fit my ye signing no
I think not to cut you short boy no he was not wanya medical and he register no. Also they agreed on that personal or that arrangement new way because of that time no. And you know no call but let's put on record at the FA no the boy is not registered and go through
at the FA.
Aye. Safi is not registered at the Ghana FA for Kotoko. And you know the medical report no by at the time when I Kotoko say go through FA they are not come register no. Pending and the come query say the registration you know. And you be query that medical that aspect no. See the room. Also Ghana men say most not say baby no. You say time no that short sir what they some of the aspect of registration every system na TMS na pick eti ewramu a na o makuri baby a emaye no na ti wa supply sa information di ko so the medicals no first result no buy no that was when they realized say that that ligament here no e wo ho no enti na mom koye that second medical no e kan we no so e mam the same report no answer na that consultant no mo dey man a odon so e ma omo that information about it no so it wasn't like Kodoko medicals Kodoko medicine no e pass no fit answer no mo ko register no but what I say but when they said that was why Kodoko free say
time I no mo ko register no I'm the coin system no register no so mo ko yeden
say and make ko omu ram abiti time no e da chire no medical report ne ba
no me akoka ho
no me akoka ho said that we obi ye sawa like you to those on top of that you know and you know that was when that not first result no my first result ne ba you know and I can't say boy no that ligament here right and then mark Kodoko sanko second one from all different facility omkoya and also mom the same report no
okay
then the third to the consultant or also study that you know on mom that advice in the report no so it wasn't like say medical first one obo passing fit
so man passing fit
the medicals no
then it was wrong for Kodoko so be marry so me dey come was so nim say
anything no believe say because of the I didn't come you know the club only plan enter into agreement. There's a kito can is another topic that be by
but no more dey question ni ekwiri o ma
the ekwiri o ma we no baba
okay because of time
because of time we be time no ekwiri o na say enu question
Jack we na emko danger man ho
Jibo you see mpacho window no close on the 15th say 15th right is it time for 15th for me clear
15 no window close
15th no window close Jibo and after Kodoko announced the capture of Salifu sorry 15th and officially on their Facebook page welcome back Abdul Fattah Safiu I say it is 15th 15th no now TSMwe quite the same Kodoko official you know on the 23rd Jibo TSMwe yo 23rd and Kodoko be post 2 year exclusive interview with Abdul Fattah Safiu it's for TSMwe yo 15th and when no close yes Kodoko and the bibia kwashem said they want to beat time
and I say transfer window close that way
15th na
15th okay
and 15th na no one now so say o ma sign Fattah Safiu 23rd how many days later 7 days later 7 days later no Kodoko abetro first words from Abdul Fattah Safiu on his second coming expectations and more on our official YouTube channel tomorrow at 7 o'clock and the 23rd number 2 almost tomorrow just say the West will be interviewing me on the 24th and the 8 days later
was it a live interview
live interview
recorded
but recorded so you said interview no he said it was done on the 23rd 24th from back ko dey na on the 2 one just say he said it was done on the 23rd
nina no all can go say
nina say how can someone convince me I'm just say player is signing on the 15th 8 days later Kodoko with all the comfort obia mamo pressure Jibo obia fa sika be gina Kodoko for so obia fa to be gina mo so 8 days later Satan when now nobody saw say the ball was injured oh so that who tell us any 8 days later Kodoko obia who said the ball was injured am I going to interview 8 days later to ask him about all the expectations and then you know about one thing the question is that at what point and who's opera and I said resource in opera Jibo obia him say for a fact go and training you see we are trying to massage issues you know boy no Kodoko who's opera the beard da Jibo on the so training
Kodoko who's opera
yes Sasa mo ka nyina Jibo enya no kura da boy no training and our coaches no I don't fire some regiment me mu and to ya na issue no ba na Olympo ye
nti ho no mo suspect
ye na mo koye another lab enti on record obia mbembe kire at what point on first medical no ye na abo no se we ne pra o me hu da biara da it was boy no training Jibo boy no training ke sa den issue na mpia ba e say it ke boy no go nko assembliancy ye
okay
the training no so be my chronicle of some see nya say boy no ka say nko man nko start nko onya gym for the start
yeah
and the coach say bi so mo ko break mo ba on be yen gidi kakra
to start together
because wa ko di ebi akodi enam o ma ko we nam o ma ko we mo enam no sanity into when they are coming I saw me gidi kakra na mo bene so e ten enti I want boy ni yen na de ni pie
okay
and I'm no kwaya ni test was ha bia second one am ka say he said just was even am kwaya no
emena
okay and am kwaya second one wo enti hona omo hu the clear picture of the injury no how can you give me this story say my son play on the 15th
okay
me na interview on the 23rd
from Kumasi Asante Kotoko almost say Fatal's interview was done just after the team resumed training after the mid-season break.
Me can resume on the
20 something
22nd or so.
Until be a time no my year with that.
22nd no. So you find within 22nd no resume here now. 15th and 22nd, yes, 7 days.
We are from an official of Kotoko.
But on 15th, and 22nd, yes, 7 days difference.
Yeah.
And Massamian say, and to Kotoko, and was about 7 days. I must know my home. And then Massam no, a confirm my source said, I am going to go training. Anna, once my training at any PA, and son I'm going to second test. Eti, Jibo, Asam no. Advice be the market for any boy in no and the NS will be a biso.
Okay.
Kwahan ye come pa born edifo kotoko sudifo because obi anya eduma ye. Obi anya eduma ye.
Boy ne the engine see.
Yes, kotoko so didn't do yes. Omanyoma ye. And to do that stage na, o friend na on the table. Na ya discuss it. So, o di any papa mo no, say na be ya. Uboko so ayo adwuma onye problem. Yanso kotoko be adwuma yenye problem no. Let's agree on something and pathways.
Yeah. Okay.
Because now, one thing is very clear, Jibo. Coach Ogum will not work with Fatau.
Sana wajune.
Yeah, Jibo. Based on Kuma Medino. Kuma Medino just said Ogum there. Fatau, he will not work with him. It was something he was already looking for. But Okotoya age to me because of supporters in Tia. And I am domina. We have a boom, and he will take away as an advantage to get what he want.
No, but if anything, I say, yeah, what my picking something from them now working. But one thing they say clear is they say if they had seen the report, first report, the result of the first report now, and come in satisfied, you don't say pending on your medical.
Okay.
What does it? So it means say medical in there. ABI must they all can. Yes, or more aye. But maybe a results no a delay in coming.
Okay.
To the coach, you know, so there no. Now as it stands now, no. So if you coach no no cry na system no and register no, you know, the next 15 matches are going to go in the league.
Second round no.
Fatao cannot be. On
ten German
next year.
Akwaba ebiem.
Ejoso.
Ebi aboko de.
Oh, nyame adaroma.
Abetra code be sorry san adai.
Say adwuma no. Ho akande ni bi no. So, na say what happens information on eba na eno so ka ho bi na ni nyina ma yetimi ye adwuma no say ye wo amon form ni ye adwuma ya at any given time bia no na aja na you release your guys no your boys no so into the system into no so o information no
what release you am
oh yes say you
then I say this kasem ne yenti utwo mo ka fine
it's painful you want to discuss
on call for House of Food supporters or more diaspora
okay
omo panyini baako
okay
afrem so person oni edin komo awie
no problem
no problem o say mame ni kan nsem o kan no na oba ono aba beto so say demonstration na ye ka ho na asem na no pay with today's sports no omo diaspora
onsam of you ni me no nyina bia out me say no odin we bia is 12,000 and 15,000 din bia well ba kukra bo hodo
obemi atwaso
na crowds ha no
okay the asaba biem or say after his first training session after resumption he didn't appear at the training grounds again. That's Fata were one training pool.
I said, you know, I didn't pay.
Any peer.
I don't want to
Fata so by now kind of credential kotoko.
At least
because unse club no supporters a dorm woman and no force management so mon sign so to them say it can bet me to kiss our opportunity ne kra because of a donor supporters man. Oh me kra na be a praka kra bi ye dey e hye me ho nti mommo na ye treaty me ye so kan sa kra kire me bi an contract come 3 years so to them say o
I don't pay captain say penny pound din komo na disappointment ba koye on that part and say officer kwai on any engage you know
man kind of correct
na at least you should have shown that respect na on can at in situations and try say na situation here
danger be mind ti ayi omuso mbekasa
omudu ha
omusi nya omukuo na wa ma no ne no omu na ebe demonstration no omusi nya oma but men sa kan lete bi lete no ba for wa unu apanyini maso asabre ni din wo mo
but of mam lete ni bi
me ma lete ni bi
kam ni beje pa
ma me hwese
o se maso de me ni na
me hu lete
me bisa
na
no wasam kakra
hwese me hu lete na okay almost say concerned supporters shareholders fans of Accra House of Folk oboye time omde kwa kusiki permission for demonstration almost say the commander Greater Regional Command Accra.
Greater Accra, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
1st February 2024. Dear sir, madam, permission to embark on demonstration. We, the above named members, are citizens of Republic of Ghana who are stakeholders of House of Folk Sporting Club Limited. We are dissatisfied with the way our board of directors have run the club over the last 12 years, with little success in sight. Let an SME be different because some of the mom no mom warning. I'm morning, eh? Is there about no mama warning? No, maybe say me with a bath for twas was me be a phenomenon. But I saw you didn't meet my car. Okay, Ubetia Kakrebi, and tea or much Hasid, or much route on before say, or mobile Sambo, Kwame Kruma circle. Between and past 6 to 8. No, then Kwame Kruma circle, no more for Kuku board head office. No ma 10 left. We do have no ma for Kojo Thompson Road.
Yes.
No ma march to mama march back to Kwame Nkrumah Circle. No ma baby share media no.
Na say we don't want kwachi kra.
Aye, omunka so mo kwachi.
Oh.
Omo say by
demonstration baby.
By 12 o'clock. No more we demonstration no. But omo yi say komo fa secretariat.
Omo nko baby a o. Baby won ka no. Omo jina fa ko no. That's what we say. When I want to be here, Coco board no. Who call CMB? CMB ho na wonu Cantonment crowd. Who fit CMB and na ko Cantonment. Into one say e can be the left side. So what me for no go pie to do hormone no. Ba omo nko that far so.
E ho nyina enam ha secretary baby.
First has secretary.
Na say that so ho.
Na wa blue say bi soro no. Da bi nya
onka onya da braka.
Sa around ho na no na titi has secretary bi wo soro ho no be sa. No ma fa chire ho no ma sa wa manko. We abro akra bit man antibi.
Tentino mso mu hia dom no mbe so mbe stress obi ya.
Okay, fine. Anyway, omo no your ideas how they want to go about it.
I know that if on diaspora for ni say omo sremo. Unyo omo mfrim.
But the organizers were going to go for money from them.
Oh, send the individuals between aboa. But as a group no omo say
omo wadwen so
omo nye enye group na omo ye demonstration no.
I know the so what you ati ase. But say wo fund demonstration it is as good as one away.
Okay.
Say empasa omo na be fund there and as I say if the organizers
Unim Farouk Zakari. Farouk Zakari.
Unim Farouk na Zakari na say
na ko hwehwem. Unim Eric Nana Minta.
No.
Unim no.
Pastor David.
Okay.
Omo organizers no.
maybe some question so be some question.
Ne Farouk no ko to be say team no one dia no.
But say there police I grant to
the Salopa make say they have the permit.
Demonstration.
They have the permit.
Okay.
As for the permit, they have it.
Mama heard they to some person demonstration.
Back so la sabre kan.
Chief organizer.
Chief demonstrator.
Oh,
senior.
No. Kunwe Okun.
19 February. 19 February.
Sir, so
and on demonstration.
And I 5th.
Aye.
So aka
14 days
away.
Yes. Na do.
But
for my when na yemfa alaja can be say bia waka emfa nto aso on. As a folk performance this season or say bad officiating e can ho bi na ama has. Baby omo da on the league table no mo da no mo ye club omo person be bumra so. Ti referee si omo a no ma tro no mo de ama yefe no. No ma tro no mo de ama yefe no. Mamintie we
I said fatal issue no, it still persists, but it's so because of the way it has been handled. And senior air kono say yenya cool hairs ama omo and stepping in in terms of publicity, in terms of ebema club no bad press, bad image, because there be a discussing kotoko in the negative light and as in the any the best. But fact and I am a day say me ami nuako fizakito on say afedie he's virtually conceding say the boy hid some vital information from the club. If that is true to it, then it strengthens the hands of the club even the more. And found say whatever and found say what sign contract once you hid some vital information, especially on your health. Because consultant now as a friend said radiologist said that or sign idea no where you top notcher on temper with ni integrity or ni image or ni professional competence on the table of say bia obi mpe player bia 70. Therefore since I be and Pamono me yes was say he would do that. Like I said earlier on, I said you have to discuss a player's health records on radio, but akoba asam na ye can be ligament no mo amunim ligament ho asem sem no. For what I hear, yes, it is not even repairable. Ni situation no de no na bia kwa koduru no damaged. Say you won say it make us we dey acute one. And one I see a chronic. Yes, in the no. And I'm say the point of baby I damage him to know. She say what Safi is trying to do is he's trying to build the muscles no around the thigh no, so that obetimi dey at least at the abokakra. But M1 no or no as even as a player no. Bia to say the Debbie I will can and I will suggest no. Be a Safi Unini team no any kotoko will have to go back on the table and discuss a possible extension of the contract to say the kotoko because any year show now would say 1 year cry. Be afterwards no he can now serve kotoko. Senti sadness e kwetwuma mentwe na be ye me pese me ye me nande basisi ya season kotoko cannot use him. Season ya ye be start second round yi ontimi mo bo makotoko. Next season crown ebi betima heading and the minim but ebetima heading enti se opese on kotoko ye adwuma kotoko person ni ye adwuma the two parties must come on a round table and then sort of but we kotoko position currently there clear say enya the boy no person ni to aso biem and that story me be kan sometime last week ema enchino ahye kakra but is the beauty of it. Clear say, boy no, kotoko for who ni say the future of kotoko no, and had the ebeboa womo. And painful, but I think if something can be done for him, because football now no any life. So we bet maybe be abuano, ebi a yen try say bit maybe be the abuano. Now what will happen moving forward? Ebi a year or two after no. Now wabebo who players are omo na other clubs I can say omuntimi nyere. But eventually no omunya abotre go through the processes na no ene no omutimi bobɔ na omo ball and baby ho so pressure ni ho bebre enti no etimi ma obetima bo ebia na kotoko pressure na too much ebia elsewhere obetima ko pride ni trade ho no nso den bi nti eno de safi de eno de em say we are coming to virtually an end to the discussion. They do a pointer. Both parties no mumuna as on save situation, no save the Kotoko image that is always being said, spoken about the media circles, no, and then save the players also the career in their life. Senebe are moving forward, you know. Obeti me edi jumadiaman when I say both parties in your but say a quiet chuma illegalities. A whole lot of normal baby we can't create where I sign contract where you say those things a bit dragging on, and for me it will not be good for any of the parties. And I say the two parties no and I can meet me I can safi with no
okay Bafowa danger man yente Alhaji I can be board member edema Accra folk nin church mu our diaba efa poor season first one House of Folk inyae.
We are having challenges, problem with officiating. If not for the bad officiating, for some of these referees, definitely House of Folk position shouldn't have been where we are today. And I can list the number of matches where 4 or 5 House of Folk has won that game. But the referee decided on what they wanted to do and they did it. But one say, the man, and yes, Anna, we just keep quiet and just write to the FA. Per my checks, some of the referees has been suspended. That one will not solve the problem. They are suspending it for 10 matches.
Promise Radio, Nyamina Aka.
We Alaji Akambi Nensimo Atu Edja. Or say Afrifa Mosque. Or say House of Folk supporters or my emergency mobile demonstration or no or say Afrifa Mosque. You find a number more or you ready so about contribute to. But or say free fan so you go stars new say oh yeah good oh yeah you so you deal
controversial I can won't go any back for or has or kotoko or has good or go stars on also of your bossy where dancing me or kotna baby any anti or affection for go stars because once a town boy in the day and now all soft sports at the House of Folk. Anna, where Santinity no, Kotoko Nidia.
Nidia, no. That's all, baby.
It's one of the Mosque. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
or selfie for Mosque. Last year, so a danger man show.
Oh, yes.
Hey,
Mosque, dear, it's sort of my
danger man, there for the last 5 months. There,
Mosque, dear, it's the sort of my son. We're coming in on finished business.
Sir, this year, and then unfinished business.
Oh, you didn't come up,
sir.
Papa,
okay. My okay. MP for Ningo Pram Sam George. Also questions be Akubusa NS boss.
Jibo, whilst you're looking for it, you know. Asem KCSC Tamalia Zakito Nkan you.
Asem
pack and a piak. Sign from a pack and a piak.
Pack.
Public Assembly Committee has ordered for the arrest of the National Sports Authority Director in the Northern Region because she has squandered or is it? I don't know Salama to be known. It's a he, you know? Okay, so he has because he said a Hadia Alasan Salamatu.
How?
And she has squandered 160,000 Ghana
on his album 1.6 billion old Ghana cedis. Yentie Professor Chumesi Aoyi MP for Ningo Pram Sam George Oyi the question ano.
Event you brought in the specific event. I asked you a general question.
The question before me, can I address it?
If you're not answering my question, I will draw you back. I don't need you to take me on the toilet.
Can I address the question before me?
So I'll ask my question again so you are clear. You decided to rent out the stadium for a social event to the Burlington Music Group. They paid 70,000. Is the 70,000 enough to restore the damage that was done to the pitch?
Mr. Chairman, the calculations that we have done with the various events, which have a certain component of it, which we call the pitch insurance cover, is able to restore. It's able to restore. I think if you remember, before we we shifted our sporting activities to other stadia, we had made mention of this to all stakeholders. Sporting activities occurring in our stadia, it's not new. This is not the first time Professor Chumesi is granting permission for the usage of the facility for other non-sporting. It's done all the time. Even independent celebration. We did it in Tamale, we did it in Cape Coast Stadium, we did it in Kumasi Babaya Sports Stadium, we do it.
Okay, yeah, Professor Chumesi. Ozay.
Oma answer to Sam George. Honorable Sam George, you know.
Me just was in answer be frame.
It's not about say your friend saying
it's about the recovery.
outdoor Cisco buy easy now so bit me.
Yes, park the be
Park pitch na say no.
and also the Tomrada.
Professor Chumasi na akoye na independent one we that's not the answer to that.
My ehwe ni no oni alaja kan bi mame sha semfi siasia ho.
To be honest with you, Professor Chumasi me from day one. That statement nearby say Accra Sports Stadium has been closed down for sporting activities. Instead, no, you guarantee the ama omo your concert no. To be honest with you, in my closet I cried, and I said, I get you to the lowest ebb. Maybe in football no, and I remember some Bekano radio so. Maybe you probably try to justify and as a band this kaba and enje and you know you're the choir or the kohaya bemo musica and momode abeye man. But the question that we ask ourselves is maybe na Honorable Sam George Ebusano, you are close to Accra Sports Stadium down. Yeah, there are almost number concerts, and if all football activities at that time has to come to Kumasi, Olympics have to come to Kumasi. Among other teams on number Obia is over Ketiho. Yeah, we are. Even though I am bad, no. Say Kebe and Cascania enough. You be na ke the Accra Sports you know about back to stage in Nayepe. Then all these activities with Masakoswa. And fine. Even though I am against that, say under no circumstance, and I say stadium as a football pitch. And the primary objective, I say about football also. I say ban say the concert. But a boy we and can be enough say better repair. Kevefa so okay go dey nyehwe yenko. But me no me no be say Accra Sports Stadium. We will be complaining about idea you complaining before say the start your friends concert one. That same problem will be there. So me there at that matter buy na me call on the government to say and on such statement na buy no question anka ya my football ayi no nkoso na aban no emfa away I betimi afaso I bet my side no e idea have been papa say if we are to allow such things to go on na dey be the sports national sports authority boss tigna ya my mo bo you be say meanwhile we want to develop our football. So we free say a button, you shouldn't allow that to happen again. Any government, if under this government or any successive government that will come in the near future, shouldn't tolerate Sadiano that. The stadium was meant for football. We need to develop our football. And then the football will be akotoi. And I met one of the football people and was telling me, say. Yeah, now in most times you try to attack the FA. Say FA, say, but you should ask the question, say, a buying side of the SO, you know, Abanoyana. Because I was in Babiani and Babiani Go Stars, they were telling me about we are deductions. We'll be 70% be deductions. But yet, they feel say a buying contribution to football. Apart from Black Stars, I say Black Stars no. Now this guy chum. Ediachino. My
call line so na me ne Kofi Jamfi or ye member the man House of Folk supporters diaspora any enkomo e wo ye dwumadi so efa ye demonstration ayate say ye February bosume ne de to so edu enkron February 19th eba so e wa Accra no ya bo omudin ewom se omuka ho bi na mo be demonstration e de atia empanyifo enei omoye Accra football ekuo no na Kofi se obeso de na no tunsem na oka bibi kakra e de fa ho Kofi utie ye nwumre ye moajo e de ba promise 102.7 Hello. 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 Okay. Kabi to asuma try see benya no. Why?
So me feel say idea we advise say is going to say ACB. So Masman America with that baby go start no much the dash in Sanuma, you know. And utin almost some argument now or na was you bo F you know. I say the government on the day are buying so I say who be na say na so abano is abano doing this or no yeah. For example, you was talking about grassroots football. Most of the time, grassroots football, we expect say infrastructure and Sanema account now must be provided by the government. But yet, you don't see it happening. A bit like grassroots, yes, you have concert for you. You know, Sagana, you see, Kenyan football as some. Now, you see developing in football. It must go beyond the F and and I share the government is raw or play. And no, my example. Why is it that local Black Stars Echo Camp? Yeah, the budget Echo to now by no error as a win. But when it's for the senior Black Stars, as carry a bunch quickly, near granted aba. Near granted aba. And on top of it, no, she can't cry and also bar. The money doesn't go to the F direct. Say I'm a F accountant. No, you have 3 accountants from the ministry of the disbursement. By a bar, we seem to forget about the rest of money.
Okay. Well, Kapi, young caller and so na Yenu Kofi Jemfi and Kofi Otebenka. Good evening and welcome to Promise 102.7 Radio.
Oh, you are welcome, bro.
Oh, okay. And every Frewa is about how to folk the planned demonstration against the management of the club. Na yenyan ntie more contribution be ampe some of the money concerning this particular plan demo.
Okay. Me da was say any dia mo dia ma diaspora for 90 me so me da masepa. Na we dia me be mo kakra na pese me classify eno baby. Yes you say so ayi koso demonstration be koso. Now, my boy, yeah, diaspora fooding. Yeah, diaspora for say yeah, he organizing yeah this guy play opinion. I don't know. Me pesa me catch up. I say yeah, diaspora, you know, I said like I said, you know, yeah, see I and I you know say yeah, ba abe bibisa. Yeah, see I say yeah, bibisa.
Okay. So Bibi Sambe to table so as individuals and are collectively na mun share and discuss Bibisa.
Bibisa am a to table so and Bibisa so no my yenim na yeso yati Bibisa.
Okay. So a bravo news, you know, as a fan of the club, listening to reasons in Tiaman for person here demono. Were you surprised as an individual, not as a group? One guy out here, and were you surprised?
No, media surprise. Concern I in a month for no reason. So concern no. Say omo demonstration na me surprise.
Okay, but will you throw your support, not financially, but you find say uti reasons, you know? Or digestive reasons now only say a idea you can be part of it looking at the agenda they are trying to push.
Okay, I asamana omoka me asana omoka no me read the content of the demonstration no me and I'm you know and I'm a kind be to me read it there to me there and some demonstration on there as a vice chairman no medium me support omo grievance now on beso omo ye no.
Okay, so officially say omo bama mane said demono diaspora muntro mo supporter as a vice chairman. That means o comment as an individual there. You might vote say monstro mo support as even though officially muntro mo support but ebe toha based on position obetimi atro support.
Okay, so over the bar say a group your executives and yes also members no. And so over the bad you know you never call as executive meeting they called the general meeting no. Say obi bia obeso support to bia no with my support. Now so yeah as the diaspora in the executive there ye more way but the individual they say omunye he support. Now somebody back now say you dey call general meeting na say enko support you and the whole yes support na see omo ever my idea me so me share me executive no it no meet me nka say ye nyina yes support na so say omo de ban say ye hwe he no omo de aba no na say be boy mark club na ko ene mu dia as individuals no ye nyina so e be me support.
Okay, but before say you didn't come on a baby, you know. From a distance, someone on idea, but in himself follow hard to folk on your mapa. What do you think is exactly the problem with hard to folk? And unti amahas ekonenimian sa na abanechi enai.
Onim the problem in say since Togo after the ebedi team now the organ of the club being now wajai run and share. There is no patrons. I you know how egu.
Okay.
As ladies is egu. Anything no cry no a divided. A be support board no. A be support board no.
Okay.
A divided. Eti ye kwa no me to me no me di as a chief. Na me so kakra. Me be hun na na require pim. Eti me advice kakra nka me ma to go afede ne say. Man say to go anka wo kwa nka wo tehiri. No why I say like I said Nana Roko be no. Now appointed the competent board members. Now board no so also appointing no the management. Now as a board no also where you rep to management no. Now I hope for so Eddie Biaba. Now support the Eddie Biaba. Ni nyina no ase omu nyina bubu enwegu masum. Ana wo se obaye no to go for the buy no. Oyi board members will be board members no we no minim say Andani and Mr. Alas Andani
yeah
bang we no omo nyina nko meeting omo nyina nko akoye Dr. Nyawota Makru akoye Alaja Kambi akoye honorable Victor so Odote akoye Togo afede ena Togo afede so unya hene eti anyi ko de o ko na ka wo trechi de bia na nkofo e kan sem egu adi mu ase ese image no eso yaka omunti look at NCC no NCC no hwe ebi support board no ebi support wo mu me ankasa me free mu me ujibu eminua na me neto asafo me ya chapter ni akola ayi na asante kwa no asante ayi asante kwa so ayi divided ese bi bien ko ese chaotic and what tantan kwa ukaswa omunti look at Alaja can be share as a supporter now the supporter now no friend now we did attempt say we are board member or say omu yedu e can be bia tro omunti etimedia se ba se omu e support e ba se omu demonstration as a vice no me dem me support e de ma omu.
Okay, now do you believe sir with this demonstration challenges were listed and the problems were listed. Demonstration or what the antidote say be fix the challenges we are now.
Of course, as a one Togo after the head catcher say February the last year now omoko I know be chin okase February obey ombe and AGM according to me no my knowledge AGM kwa no say ba say oboko AGM kwa na I was so 2 weeks ahead.
Okay.
Now they they say with us no. What did the club you come out
discussions.
yeah. Bibiano also would come home. They say and on the 5th.
Yeah.
February so say 28th or 29th. Oh then I say I can bear 3 weeks. Now it is Dabana over you know Dabana over so we AGM no. It's media minimum sense minimum demonstration with there. E benya impact. I'm on Kasano ebehu. 13 good years. The beer supporters. Look at Alaja can be what do you supporters? Say you told me crana. And even you told me.
So where the NKA somewhere ma traho crabeji league near day, but you are still referring to those issues.
And be the 10 years old. At the League 6, at the American Cup, at the Super Cup.
Yeah.
10 years old. Or the League 6, or the African Cup, or the Super Cup. That's 13 years, and that's what one league, 2 FA Cup. Never know.
Pobi mine so we develop.
Oh, I said, million, Pomana o cano. Pomana can, as I saw Omina to you, at all more, a pennyphone, Enya, and so I didn't say that I see on paper. It is a one bar, you know, cano. Nina on fire, why are they pass what to me? I develop Pomanda May, why are they pa, why are they? Was I clubhouse here? Why are they? Minkas will near you. Now, so as a supernational, Yakasa won't see.
Okay.
On TA.
And Damone Bamana start yet, Timo.
Yes, so on TIA and then demonstration.
About continuous.
Yes.
Okay.
Kofi Louis.
So on TSWA. Yes. So on TSWA. Obian Canasem. As a show this no. Udum sense. Club Uni Sanka, Ghana, or my baby. The last time Alaja can be a catastrophe, Anka, every bit my friend Alaja can be. About Omoye, investigation. As a board member, Utimba out ever comes say, be on the corner, be on the corner, Anka, and you can bear the Anka, every corner, every corner, at the Munina. Because I'm incompetent. Munimajumano, and I'm conformed sooner, or Munimajumano. Mumma omo kwanso ama ayomo nkyeremo ayin zakoti ase o sebse bo huye ni ayi bo temo ti ase board members nyina enipa wo film alajias omo nyina wonum etimo nkonum na omo nkyeremo ena sa board members no ene se omo pe police bia e wo asin bi mu munkom wonom nkyeremo adwuma no se de isi aso
wo de won se akambi odote nyaho omo abo mu di so omo tie call board meeting no omo said any adwuma no so
media to media first na I blame I Alaja can be any do tell it ntam group run me first born mu bia me so bo e be photograph there because on appoint you mo
okay
on appoint you mo
okay
so uche ma omo so omo no to go there and appoint you mo to mutimi adwuma no
Kofi Louis STD has a china osa na mnimze Kofi nka ukọ UK said the abuti adwuma sitie tumi ye adwuma from the one you cry 8 hours e bi ye 9 10 ka concentration nyina be ko adwuma so still a house ni wom
oh bi na so mo me na sam mo yes for sam mo de to mai na me interview some of them interview, say more, you know, na more yes for say Manchester. Interview. Media they ask you hear me, and they said Ghana football be queen hear me.
Okay.
Me interview say more yeah na me interview kra.
Kofi Jamfi ana Kofi Louis. Has of folk chita for UK. Omo amanone nyina no. Ono ene ye omo vice chairman. Ene no edi enkomo. Kofi ebedi nkomo wa chiri.
Yo, mate, etino mechia ifo nyina, mechia mi wiamo asafo nyina, me bon price me ofa yamus. Onyame be sana yare. Oi.
Oh, okay. Say asafo obusun ko no wom.
Eko no.
Ai.
Unya eyi mafiri mo.
Hwan
Unya na kwa me eyi mafiri mo.
Twamoko.
Why mafiri mo.
Say o ano ye controversial do.
Ozo why medi.
Obi wedding komo. Okay. Kofi Jamfi ono na House of Folk echita for mo ama no nyina oyo mo vice chairman ene ye no edi enkomo no. Bafowa Mame Sanfanto say ene wo the public accounts committee ho no mo sin arrest woman no. Wan fasika na amfa ba bi eso defa. Ekoso na the sports minister Honorable Mustafa Yusuf. Ekobusa na question. Sa dey na watna ho ama National Sports Authority at two stadium muso memfa mobile na mo de be musical concert. Honorable Mustafa Yusuf say enya ono ena ehye say use stadium no for football and as memfa mobile concert. NS boss adwuma. Nti mo musa na sa question no. Tumu say bufuo ekoso ho pa enya asem ketwa. The boss said yes you funo.
So say
ena utie.
It's ongoing and
Wati e ekoso. O ma wi say on.
If you are not part of what is
Asem nya na say who busa na say. Is he aware?
Say
The stadium was closed.
Yeah.
For football near for concert. And I say sport here. Oh yeah, the Honda. So he called the NSA boss. But put him on record. Say stadium ne dey and adwuma so on hwe so. Onye na said even though he's a sports minister.
Yeah, by NSA boss na said.
On hwe so.
Or say permanent here.
No, but
No,
have you read the Sports Act?
No, I said no.
If you read the Sports Act,
If you are looking at the agencies under the Ministry of Youth and Sports, one major agency under the Ministry of Youth and Sports, no. The National Sports Authority.
But have you read the Sports Act?
No, it's under you.
There is a specific, as I was saying, there's a specific act enacted by Parliament. A back in the NSA boss. And as much as you are the sports minister,
and making independent,
not independent, but not entirely independent. Do you know that it should be CAE?
So he reports to the minister
At the committee today. The NSA boss Cape Coast. Do you know what happened? Say the pitch to play blasters matches here, you know.
Yeah.
And the minister, according to minister, no report on here. He said, "Onya an expert in grass." He said, "Uncle." No one maintain grass fast for the blasters to use. The NSA boss actually and say, "Give grass for no one for no." By one, oh, it was so neat. The guy has shown high level of incompetence.
Based on this, minister no to me be.
Baby, I told me baby I end it. Anna, always said there be. Oh man, don't call. I want to go through and say Gaga and say for vacations or Monsi Park and so. He called a minister Fred Prof. I said, oh, Frank Wang met me and then, or you said, Prof should transfer the don't keep course.
Director no.
Only the Prof here. Then Prof wrote a letter and person will transfer director no keep course. Just for the minister to see say there's a letter transferring him. Oh we no catch Tioku no say masa. Me am sitting water now. Etienne and the committee for 1 year. Obian him say Tioku has been transferred to Eastern region. On the NSA boss or Eastern region.
What does it true?
But Cape Coast because NSA boss Prof Akacha and say he shouldn't go, he should stay there.
Who directed for the transfer? Who asked for the transfer to be done?
The minister told him because the guy had disrespected him.
And the minister has the power and authority to direct the sports, the director general, to transfer somebody from one place to another.
Yeah.
It means say minister na kasma I say director general no Odiyejuma. Then the director general in an act of insubordination decided say onfanya ejuma, and the minister is not able to call the director general to order, and the minister sits there, and we must allow this minister to sit there. That anybody can disrespect him and he can't act even though the person is under him, and we must allow the minister to still sit there. How? Send you one here. Or catch the Obia say, only Obia, even that in the ministry, or no, Obia between the number for no baby. That is not cut for the office he's occupying.
Sports Act 2016 establishment.
When they act sports act, I'm
not say as my okay no. The minister doesn't have authority to do anything to the sports events. NSA also.
I don't know.
But
sports act in Ghana dey adwuma.
No, based on
because the sports act will not be bigger than the constitution of Ghana.
But this I didn't back.
Which I told the minister.
NSA no. Omonya under the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Yeah.
And that means Minister of Youth and Sports no to change the NSA.
No, but you see, one of those agencies now, yes, that. But for who they are, you should have parliament to tell. Jibo, my again.
Yeah, it's sports.
It is an agency that you parliament.
Yeah, it's
and you are emra.
Say, omu free ministry na say. So omu free ministry na say.
Omu free ministry na say.
But they work under the ministry. Eh, simple. Te see it here. Me head of sports. Uti. Bet me a shemra of sports department. But se me shemra, na be a programs manager and a general manager. Efre say. Ebi emra na wo share ne da bi etia company na etia mpene a means me ka say me head of sports nti me de me ye na me so what them say it is a wo minister na o subordinate o share say onkoye bibi na wa ankoye ade no a ese wo take action untimi dia then ese you free ho no be beto adwuma no so e simple enye ti asem
opinion no nyade
enye ti asem that is where the
ministerial directive
don't you feel bad when the minister
I feel but so the committee they told him say he is disrespecting his minister I want to say no but asem well ministerial directive the minister muntio may but for not for may underline may give directives on matters of policy to the board and the board shall comply.
Okay, Sani commanding word.
On it, may
comply.
The movement, or out no. That's what they do.
May and shall.
Just so many we ko we asem ne kan jai.
Say,
men to aso biem.
There be anyo na
minister na asem
he didn't fit to say.
Minister
sports authority
board no.
Acquire sir commanding word.
Yes, eso be dey adwuma. Eyen hye.
Who say if you read again,
there what kind of cray, and who has to us. So many bibia, a counter the what kinds is.
No, as I can say, that's why they told him say he's disrespecting the minister. But the minister doesn't have any powers to do anything to the. As I make a munti he can't sack him, he can't reprimand him, or he can't do anything because. No. Before a minister can, as far okay, you want to say the minister is not doing his work well. But as I say, or man one or catch no one ya. Minister and Business Sports Act doesn't have any powers to do anything. There's no power given to him.
Ghana Football Association.
Question yes. Necessary. Question yes.
Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Lancaster Hotel. Can you golden tulip?
Oh, Jibo. Question yes, sir. Ye be sports minister and say, oh yeah, where? Say stadium on ye the boy event. No see you could be sir.
NSA boss.
Yan cast on Pamu boss no. It is an agency under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Say agency under you, dear. Say, dear Kosu Hono. Yan cast support you, but you should have an idea of what is going on there. Oko the Minister of Youth and Sports on website 3 agencies. Mama estimate me reading say sia dia mawa. Agencies miensa
and the showmasi.
The National Sports Authority, the National Youth Authority, and then the National Sports College. Agency miensa pe and under the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
When is it even under the Sports Act? And the Ghana Football Association. Ghana Football Association, anything I hear be and come report to the National Sports Authority.
Yes.
Every almost to the NSC before, but in the NSC.
It's so sports at Nanya.
No, but for the minister there, based on the Sports Act.
Yankas on Pamu Peter Tumesiu. Yes, so we are aware, sir, on the whole boat shows. Usianko Bisawi. Depi. Oh yes, sir. You're not on top of
minister doesn't give stadium. And then I say on first stadium Emma High.
But you should be aware.
You should be aware. You're going to say.
Oh, now as I say, you'll be our manager.
The time our car say and Saki the work keep no, and I ain't transfer no. Our professor Chumesi Chua letter bread no. you know Gina so a map was the chuma letter command if the power.
Prof yes admitted the boss and I'm on direction say onyesi
the boss being the minister.
On person obey ntino. And on here letter. For the letter see say why.
I don't make.
Oh where no.
We are general manager of a company. And you're different. And not just on top of issue. We are general manager of a company. No one could meeting. Near Bissau say, what is a sports department or for before Fracon? Was it young could be a sports head?
The only problem.
No, I said, we are general manager. You're not on top of issues.
The only problem why baby the appointment of NSA boss in the free banner. It should be given to the minister. No appointed the NSA boss. Because
Minister of Health. Minister of Health.
Say Koba
not to see you and you're not appoint you.
No, but
not to see you on him there
but a problem. See, fancy a TA. Yema said of sports. Within that same department, near ECSIA, be a head of commentary. And your men are may appointed. I didn't want to meet me the SCSIA. Because the same appointment authority near farming.
So did he report the conduct of the NSA boss to where he was appointed from?
To why?
Eduka say on concern to you. I said they be appointed no. And actively you may advise and he shall take that advice.
On say and
any rule to say you no misconduct here. Wait me I report to be and as in the conduct or act on the conduct.
Ghana you maybe a me fu say yes no.
I think
a Greek minister. Cocoa board. CEO. And in your abandoned appointment,
the structures are 200.
They are structures. I
say under you.
But the ambassador say an appointment if you baby back. I be
free baby and your baby obi akoto ye ne ho nsese so ato ho etu ntimi nka ntere se nyame na metam ko to ntino e ma nsese ne nya adwuma
that means say sports minister no sports minister say NS boss ye bibi na enya te say the NS boss ye ya ko nu kromu a omo se o mi stadium ye mo ball no so nkote ne constituency no mo nkoto aba man 7 obed by then na oye bibi enya what am no
what you say Jibo de emre nti sports minister ne de
I mean on a press conference no view on it na young of course
I didn't make no is it a press conference
meet the press
on what
omo brief omo say mama
me person who areas are because if I'm a pressman and I want to attend this first and foremost areas when you discuss so that I'll go prepared. Now, questions.
The Ghana Football Association will meet the media on Wednesday, February 7 at the Lancaster Hotel in Kumasi. President Ket E.S. Okreku, General Secretary Prosper Harrison Ado, and other GFA top officials will be available to answer questions and address all concerns, especially post-AFCON 2023. The opportunity will also allow the FA to update its numerous policies and programs being undertaken to help the growth of Ghana football.
I think it's clear.
They could see AFCON.
So we'll be able to say some questions. And I know ma, omode agu akwema, omode ba be improve Ghana football. Omoso ba be kan nyina ade a kire nsentrofo na ma ya ba abonten abebo hu dawura kire
we do no appoint coach no
ene de minti nkire
ejibo mpacho onte ye wo hana Minister of Youth and Sports they letter bi ba say in the coming days on ba announce the way forward na what you about so
first and foremost me ba forward there this meet the press is much ado about nothing. Number two, because I felt disrespected, maybe they Minko. And if the other media guys are like Minko, and say Obi Anko.
Oh, I see a cocoa tea man.
Tintina me see Anka.
I say Obi ati so no.
Coming in what aspect now you feel disrespected?
I felt disrespected when the Ghana Football Association led our team to Cote d'Ivoire, got embarrassed, and they failed to say sorry to Ghanaians. I felt disrespected.
That's what Oh, yeah, last week, no, patch.
Please, last week I don't know. Jintu.
Oh, but for don't you?
No, at all. Some make us say I procured apology. And I don't accept it. Must everybody tell you to apologize before you apologize? Huh? Please, I will be kind of some jam. I'm in class. I'm jamming come as an agent. I will guess this name. You know, we are it's not interpreting guesses. What I say? Must okay. Oh, no, then you pacho. Would then you pacho? Nay, boy, would then you budget of Naco pacho? Would there son I know? Would then you biscuit in the Ginaco pacho? Nay, a cockroach. And some I read the apology if it indeed this is an apology. This is an apology of an apology. And to me, for who are there? I felt disrespected. I felt nkofuna ya quality ya digital taxpayer sika dia so mo say omo fa nko gina na mu no omo ni ani bu bi ademayen even when most Ghanaians were asking say Charlie etim no munya abotre na mo de mo nka dia sie pa antre yen de sikosi ye pa antre yen almost to hell with us and almost started some certain processes of Omkope coach.
Yeah.
And no konko dey kire no between the ministry and the GFA we can say no, I can say, and I will can see the minister told the whole world through his press conference, press statement or issue here. Say, Omo better say ni akosunumu na from the normal guakwem. Has that process commenced? And I don't need the FA babe na. And Omo we are not minister news akwa Omo dia na. So Ghanaians say be football, we boy akwa ha, no ya boy akwa ha, we boy akwa ha, no ya boy akwa ha. No makwa kwatena ho no. Minko. And watch it. Media for Bekoho. Omunya kwa mbisa question. Omunya kan nyahwe. Omo de duane ne nsamba kwa kusi ho. No akodi no masoraba. And for me it's much ado about nothing. Say jina ye wo mu no. Anya saa de we na e de beko animo. Many other people espouse what they think could be solution to omun share the nya abotrentase emfa ye problem na ye wo ase oman ni so mani so no mo pe 2 na won solve it the omba ye e bia bebo akakra bi minim ba me say me nya interested I know say mo be man ko fako ba me say o kasa me nko a then wo pese wo imedi no because me nko
wa na me yiwa mako
ene wo benya problem ana me so benya problem ana ye nyina benya problem
053616170536178883 ubetia frɛ no aba Eugene Adu captain
we are surprised about you've been saying a whole lot of things. You've been criticizing the FA, you've been questioning some of the decisions that omu call brought to the Cup of Nations. In football as America, it doesn't end a Cup of Nations call a failure. There are a whole lot of things that I can't watch them. Now the FA and these people they try to avail themselves to the media here. Say, okay, Abba, Adebia, everybody in mind. Question you Musa. Now your answers. Maybe you can offer maybe a solution, maybe and our construction criticism we can give it out. So if the opportunity is here as a media, me say me inquire. Am I going to still talk about Ghana football? And I say after that, Majaika.
Kabi, maybe my for course, maybe be you know. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Your friend wife.
Okay, why is it you?
Kakra no work and say I can't do. And I been a really na say. It means to go to Yokoba, your one. I can be more now Kaka, the young modern. Now, on the demonstration,
okay, why is it that say Yam Fadio Nusu Ediho? Okay. Hello?
Hello,
yes, sir.
Already Omega Kunsu.
Okay, Omega 82.
Already Yagusa Damasipa said Motinima and Sampasi. Now, I mean, some men sape. I see my minister. I'm so for one time, Wakoba or Afcon by an on Minister, we know what that's why they only Peter Chumasi. That's why they. Peter Chumasi, the Obama constituency, one me a campaign piano. And I joke, and you can pay piano. ama wonya 7 na wo ma mo to 7 ma nko me gusu hwe wo mu na me hwe mu kwa manya baako firi kotokosa krisimu kwa nkata no yesaga no nyamboa ye hye meeting ahwe a be yina firi meeting ase because ni pari tia na okoto aba ma na enye ye to su no so me da aye danger se papa because dakito asema si ukro mu sei want ma anka kwa kashi ni te ayobi de dia kotokode ba dia wo yo kontinende nyaka ensi enye ba me nya no bi anya bi that's it.
Omega from Kumsu yeda ase yemfa de onu su edi ho na yenye no nkakra kopim se no nsia bebo a ye be sori so e de amamo 05361616070536178883 obetimi afre no aba captain na o ka bibi
so me feel say opportunity to meet the FA and some of the things that you can't want them no maybe you don't understand it maybe we are right just to pose those questions before them on my that answers now I know more going forward.
Okay mama Ntoaso hello
Jibos.
Yes sir.
Your family, Nana Jem from Pomeka, Free.
Okay, Nana, it's you.
Oh, mature sports now, my any the Ukrainian Yanimini. If that must be papa, you are Moyani. There is a monkey baby, the very near Wunia Mercos War, Ghana football. Naka can person can say, Shia every phony be Shiamono. And some are much dano, and one more time for catcher home. And you are afraid your mobile Chiana. And you said the air course was gonna move, or move. But omo bunye omo sun se omo fi yi yo omo pe no omo beye papa ami fancy anu bi mna bi me chia mu nyina.
Okay yeda ase ye hwani emfa de utwa to MC Ebre no eya ye bra ne sa na yen sorry so na fi news at 12 no news at 6 emeto so my captain si former na yen sorry so
and you know me I'll urge our colleagues say the opportunity is here. Most of the time if it is in Accra you know say if we are here
no my bida
yeah I can't record it but say
under cat administration my bida
Ashanti
region yeah baby
I think I've heard it the second time whatever been the case they are the FA on the football for to Obama not to Obama and the kind of question that we want to ask them the kind of thing that we've been hearing and so maybe our listeners want to hear say when the FA comes here we're able to go and ask them and my explanation or otherwise then we can use it going forward. But if you decide to boycott step in court because Ghana ko bomodi wo Cote d'Ivoire menya sure say the first time and the last time
say Oman respect Ghanaians
till it depends on where you're coming from.
But who's over respecting Ghanaians after Ghana for call say mumpacho na omotwen ya kwati committee afi pressure ko mo so no mo de ababo ntinzi
no is an organization more the way maybe they are wanted to meet
stakeholders view.
I wouldn't say so someone respect Ghanaians or more respect Ghanaians me free say the appropriate time no when they met with the stakeholders share when it was the appropriate for them to come out they came out so I would take it and move on. Whether I accept it, no, it's another thing. Okay. Me myself, I will not convince with that apology. But as to the time, I said, me no idea that me maybe quick. But this is an organization, they need to go through various
Captain Siasia Akomia Sechi, Medase, Bafo Medase, Sasuna se Obed, Alasan Said Zakito. Team of producers, Samuel Kemens and Solomon Kata. Born again Clementino the Darling Boy, the sports lawyer Babaisa, and I feature Martin. Born again, Prekeseba Aqua Auto, Debia, Bendalu, Prekeseba Aqua 20 Debia Ope fans. Of our Tafrin Pong, and Neminia Ba, Mamina Kon, what I say. On the 24th, Busumi ya Yokujo Fata. Or Cotton Fan Hoodie. Yes. Oko jide oni je. Yo ati. Korea. Anope muza wonu obi twen so morning show ni so. The Korea in its element. Afa kwansi e be koso ken Rwanda na. Ya de musia, nyame ya admo china. Ye be se share biom on Highway Sports 4 to 6.
Promise News.
Antina enyumre ya Joni akwaba ne womu. I promise 102.7 FM eso. Enyumre no siansema do ye nsaka kasebo ana yatena se ye de ba beda mo chichi. Ani pinche mu ba bibia ya mo bia. Emmanuel Ojo Korea. American News Editor ne won wa jinam din sa ana oba pagina jina one show wonso onie wonum na ebochi do ame asom ensam no adoso na na sentita padenum promisefmola.com sanso ana oko Facebook Promise Radio yedem Promise TV so dem na nwumre nsam no ebinum TV se de besi akro adwadifo ma bia won finfiri mantam kro to awdo obi ani abre na wonum nyina ka san kro